Well, sorry I haven't been uploading lately. After the recent announcement that they were going to scrap the cool replayability and the cool skill trees of Overwatch 2, I was kinda disappointed and just uninstalled the game. I felt really betrayed by this game because I was really lying to myself that this game will be great eventually. I just had to wait for that PvE update and all will be right in the world. And then, they said...
And so we're left with another difficult choice. Do we continue to pour all that effort into PvE, hoping that we can land it at some point in the future? Or do we stick with this set of values that we've aligned on and focus on the live game and focus on serving all of you? It's clear that we can't deliver on that original vision for PvE that was shown in 2019. What that means is that we won't be delivering that dedicated hero mode with talent trees, that long-term power progression. Those things just aren't in our plans anymore.
Not only that, but they decided to scrap the whole PvE idea before the launch of Overwatch 2. So yeah, I felt some type of way about that. I felt like a fool, I got played like a fiddle, and the greedy suits at Blizzard just used me as a money mule. But don't worry, PvE is still coming, but it's gonna come in the form of story mode missions. And that's still coming. But don't expect replayability or cool skill trees. I'm not gonna lie, from the trailer, it looks really sick, but I'll be honest, this event will be played once, and then you'll probably forget about it later. And not only that, and I heard they're charging $15 for this shit, and there's no way I'm paying $15 after all the shit that Overwatch just put me through. Now that the original PvE vision was scrapped, why does this game even exist? Like, that story mode mission is cool, but it's not really a justification for why Overwatch 1 had to die for Overwatch 2. If you're dropping a sequel to a game, I expect there to be significant changes to this game. Otherwise, why even have a sequel at all? At least when I play Call of Duty, I know they expect the same gameplay, but at least they try to switch it up by putting us in a different time period or even like a cool single player campaign. But for Overwatch, what did we even get? We just got 5v5, 3 new heroes at launch, the trash ass eShops, and features removed from the original Overwatch game. All this shit could have been accomplished by a really big patch for Overwatch 1. The original reason why we have Overwatch 2 was because of the whole PvE event, the replayability, and all the cool skill trees. That was the main selling point of Overwatch 2. And now that you don't have it, what is Overwatch 2? Like, I never really understood why they released Overwatch 2 so early. When I heard the announcement back in 2019, I thought it would be almost a decade before this game got released. To my surprise, they released the game 3 years later, and the original reason why we got hyped for Overwatch 2 in the first place wasn't even part of the game. For all the stuff that they promised in that gameplay trailer, I had a feeling that they realistically can't make that happen in 3 years. If they were, I hope Blizzard was throwing all the resources they can at Overwatch to make sure that this game was a massive success. Given that they have a very short time window, I wouldn't say that's too unrealistic to ask, right? Instead, what we found out is that they barely had any resources to make Overwatch 2. They were too busy hiring people and losing people at the same time during those 3 years. They honestly needed more time to make this game with the limited resources they've been giving with, so why release this so damn early? Well, Ludwig made this cool video where he went in depth on the research and discovered that Overwatch 2 is the reason why Overwatch 1 started dying off. The hype for the sequel overshadowed the game that was already released. I guess when the higher ups saw the drop in numbers, they told the devs to release the game now, just to keep the money train flowing in Overwatch. That is the dumbest decision I've ever heard in my life. Why would you destroy the reputation just to maintain that source of income? There are two things that are difficult to achieve in game development, which is generating and maintaining hype for a game, and the other one is keeping the trust of the player base. Once you lose either one of those, you're certainly never get that back. Once you release that trailer with gameplay from the original PvE that we were supposed to get, we had clear expectations, and guess what? You chose not to deliver on them. To no one's surprise, did they really expect players to go, "Oh, sorry guys, I know it's our fault. We wanted the original PvE you pitched us years ago. We forgive you." Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Guess what happened to the player base that was clinging on for dear life, just waiting for that PvE content to finally drop? Yeah, that's right, they finally dipped. People that have waited ever since the content drought of Overwatch 1 and the months of tolerating this trash-ass matchmaking was all wasted. There was a quote I saw online, and it goes like this: "Close the window that hurts you, no matter how beautiful the view is." That is exactly what the Overwatch players are going to do now. Like, how could you fumble this badly? These Overwatch players were just blindly trusting you, and then you finally just ruined the chance for this game to be great. No matter what promises you say now, it'll all be worthless, and you can't generate new hype for this game either. It's all downhill from here. The only way you can regain this hype again is to release Overwatch 3. And now with your newfound reputation, they probably expect the players to code the game themselves and spend real money for research and development, just for them to own a copy of Overwatch 3 GoFundMe Simulator. Well, I don't know if I were you, but the smart thing to do would have been just to announce it when the game is ready. That's how you could have avoided ruining the reputation of Overwatch. If you really wanted to let people know that you're working on a sequel, maybe just add a teaser picture or something. CD Projekt Red did a fantastic job of showing us what their next projects are going to be and what to expect. Like, look at this. Simple. It shows us exactly what to expect, but not enough content to get us overly excited. Overwatch could have done something similar to this and helped buy the devs more time to make Overwatch 2 a great game. The original pitch of PvE was very ambitious. For you to make that game with the limited resources you were given, they needed a lot more time than just 3 years. But you might ask yourself, well, that vision sounds like it's gonna take 5 to 7 years. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do while waiting for the sequel? Well, I don't know. Isn't there another game that just won Game of the Year?
Here it is. Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2016 is Overwatch.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, this game was fine. Did not need to die to make room for Overwatch 2. Like, how could you guys scrap this game entirely? It literally won Game of the Year. And now future generations can't go back and experience how cool this game used to be. Instead, some of the reusable parts of Overwatch 1 was transferred over to a different shell called Overwatch 2. But this new vessel isn't even that good. I like the shiny paint of the old Overwatch 1 way better. You know what I thought they were gonna do? I honestly thought they were gonna make Overwatch 1 free to play and then charge the standard $60 fee for Overwatch 2 when it was released. But what they did was way worse. They just deleted Overwatch 1 from the history books like it's the Void Century from One Piece and made Overwatch 2 free to play with so much overpriced microtransactions. What I liked about Overwatch 1 at least is that they handled cosmetics in that game pretty well. I would say it was really easy to get cosmetics in that game. Like, I know cosmetics don't give you any advantage. I disagree. When I equip my favorite skin, I don't know, I feel like I do way better than just equipping that standard skin. It might be just a placebo, but I think it's just a spiritual energy I feel from the hardcore drip radiating from my cosmetic skin. Anyways, the way you earn skins through Overwatch 1 was through loot boxes. Other companies took that loot box mechanic and made it pay to win, which is scummy as hell. Overwatch 1 did not do that. Instead, you can just randomly earn like a cosmetic just from randomly playing the game. It actually made you want to level up because the game rewards you for each level you get. Even if you didn't get the skin you wanted, you can still manually buy them if you had duplicates. I know it's frustrating to get duplicates, but if you play the game enough, you can actually rack up enough points to buy the skin in less than a week. Or if you're one of those people that spend like a few days, 2 to 3 hours just playing Overwatch, you can honestly get the skin you want just by putting minimal effort into this game. From Overwatch 2, what I thought would happen was they were going to make it realistically possible to buy the battle pass just by investing time into the game. But the only way to do that is through weekly challenges. It is possible to earn all the challenges in a week, but you have to be fully committed to this game. They're assuming that you don't play any other game, which I doubt is true for any of you, but in order to get all the weekly challenges completed, and assuming you're winning every single match in a week, it's going to take you about 13 hours straight, continuously winning, for you to finish the weekly challenges. You might think that's not such a bad thing, but remember, this is Overwatch. Losing is almost guaranteed, so realistically, my math ends up being around 20 hours a week on this game. That's a lot of time commitment for a game that hasn't given me a reason to stay anymore. They can't even fix the matchmaking in this game, and yet they expect me to spend 20 hours a week on this game. Plus, if you don't buy the battle pass, there is no reason for you to play this game at all. You don't ever feel rewarded for playing this game without a battle pass, and even if you have it, what do you look forward to after finishing the battle pass? A stupid name title under your name isn't really compelling for me to stay after finishing a battle pass. Overwatch 2 doesn't even know what it wants to do anymore, and frankly, I don't care. Overwatch 1 is the game I fell in love with, not this trash-ass sequel that doesn't justify its existence at all. Anything in Overwatch 2 really could have been accomplished in Overwatch 1. Well, anyways, I don't want to keep hating this game anymore. At this point, I am just done listening to empty promises from Overwatch. I will no longer buy battle passes or anything from Overwatch anymore. I just wanted the shit that you promised in that Overwatch 2 PvE reveal trailer. But since this game isn't anything what I wanted, I refuse to give a single dime to Blizzard until that original vision is reinstated in Overwatch 2. I will also never forgive Blizzard for ruining a chance for this game to succeed because their corporate greed really got the best of them. Well, before I end the video, I just wanted you guys to know, if you want to have a good laugh at Blizzard's expense, go to the Play Overwatch YouTube channel and just read the comments in their community tab. Some of these comments got me dying. Well, here's my favorites. Well, that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one.